There are a lot of things that state treasurers and the financial community broadly can do to help move the ball forward on climate and on environmental issues writ large. Just as an example, the Rhode Island Pension Fund, we are an investor, about $8 billion under management of pension assets, and there's a lot of things that you can do when you are an institutional investor. One of the largest being you can put things on the ballot at annual meetings of large companies, publicly traded companies, and when others put things on the ballot, you can make sure you vote the right way. So one of the first things that we did when I took office was to overhaul all of our voting policies. In Rhode Island, we were voting with management on almost every issue, almost all the time previously. We put a new set of voting policies into place, including around climate reporting, including around political spending and the transparency of political spending. And we voted against management at a lot of companies this year, including in the energy industry, on political contributions and on climate risk transparency. We've also gone a step further with our participant-directed plans. So aside from the pension, the biggest program that our office manages is the College Bound program. This is a 529 college savings plan. Every state has one. This is about a $7 billion program here in Rhode Island. And we just became the first state in the country. It works very much like kind of a 401k. You go online and you choose which investment option you want for your college savings, your child's college savings. We became the first state in the country to offer a socially responsible, fossil fuel-free option in our 529 plan. We are also offering a socially responsible, environmentally friendly option now in the defined contribution part of our pension system, which is another way that we're working to move the ball forward and hopefully set an example for other states. There are times, however, when just voting your shares and voting even with your feet is not enough, and you need to take stronger measures. We have, since I took office, initiated 2 lawsuits, one against BP and one against Plains All-American pipeline company over oil spills. Because keep in mind, when you are not managing your operations responsibly, when you are directly responsible for an ecological disaster like a spill, you are not only hurting that community where the spill occurred, you're hurting your own shareholders. And it's time for shareholders like pension funds to stand up and say enough is enough. You have to manage your operations responsibly, you have to use best practices, you have to use the right kinds of monitoring to make sure that these disasters do not happen. So whether it's on the legal side and taking legal action where it's warranted, whether it's on the proxy voting side, whether it's on the side of offering really good, clean investment options for our members who want them, we have been doing everything we can to try to move the ball forward and use our influence as investors to improve corporate responsibility across a whole spectrum of issues, but especially the environment and climate. And then finally, I would be remiss speaking with such a large and distinguished room of environmental leaders and energy leaders if I didn't give a shout out to the Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank, who do a tremendous job. Rhode Island is very much on the cutting edge of energy efficiency finance, in large part to the great work that the Infrastructure Bank does. Our office is proud to work very closely with them, especially in setting up some new programs. The most recent one to launch was called the Efficient Buildings Fund. This is a low-cost loan program for municipalities and other public building and property owners to help finance energy efficiency upgrades. The first round of funding just went out a couple months ago. It was $17 million. It's going into really good projects. We're retrofitting firehouses in Providence, a school in Cranston, new streetlights in Kentucky, solar in Newport. These projects together are expected to put 250 tradesmen and women to work and save these communities $20 million on their energy bills over the next 10 years and save enough energy to power 800 homes a year. So you've got the triple bottom line there of jobs, savings, and environment. So I have to give a plug to the Infrastructure Bank. They do a terrific job and have made Rhode Island a real leader in the energy efficiency finance space.